Hello, this is Coach Morrison. Today I'm going to talk about the 7 months of the year. Now, I know you say there are 12 months, but they're really only 7 months. So, before we start, I want you to pause the video and get a calendar of the current year to follow along. So, now let's continue. If you look at the calendar, you're going to see that January looks just like October. If you look at May is unique. No other month looks like May. Then we go into August. August is also a singular month. No other month looks like it. But then we go into February, March, and November. They have the same starts. They end differently, but they start the same way. June is a unique month. And then we go into September and December. Again, they end differently, but they start the same way. And then the seventh one is April and July. So, mathematically speaking, there are only 7 months. Some are unique, some have twins, some have triplets, but there are only 7 months. And what this means is, if you understand the math of months, you'll be able to figure out days of the week, you'll be able to figure out how to use calendars over and over again. You'll see things that are coming up again and again and again. So, consider this. You didn't know there were only 7 months. Now you know. Do you know there are only 7 years? That's right. There are only 7 years. How about the fact that there were 7 days? You knew that. So, we're going to be going into a lot more details about this number 7 and how it affects the years, how it affects the calendar. But just look into that. And what you can understand is you can actually use a calendar over and over again if you understand how it falls. I'm giving an example. We know the current year is 2025. But if you had a calendar that you wanted to use again, you could go backwards and use 2014, 2008, or 2003, the exact same days of the week, notwithstanding leap years. But leap year only affects January and February. So the calendar for 2025 can be used again in 2031, 2036, and 2042. And there are more, but it's fascinating to see that. So if your birthday, for example, you know that it's a certain day in this month or this year, go back to 2014, you'll see it's the exact same day. It's a lot of fun. You'll learn more.